It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Michael Thomas. He's been a quarterback's best friend, nearing 1,300 yards receiving on the year. It's the Saints and the Bucs on Monday night.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Here's the punter, Jake Camarda, set to do the honors, and off we go now from Tampa. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a three-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Well, for a little bit, we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady in his 23rd NFL season, leading the Bucs offense out once again.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 19 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10 and don't first.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now Brady. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here just past the 25. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Throwing again on second down. Brady. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third down and 4.
To throw is Brady. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Brady. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Throwing again on second and 10. Brady. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, they'll throw with Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Brady now on first down. Right back to Chris Godwin. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 3 from the 9. Now Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Succop's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have come to past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 75 yards. And the Bucs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Ryan Succabon for the point after. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a... Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Dalton bootlegs out. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. Get a look at receiver Chris Godwin as this offense returns for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Shotgun now for Brady. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Brady. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down. Back now. But they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. On third and long, it's Brady. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2. Brady's going to look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Play action here with Dalton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play action now. Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, 51 yards. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here's Brady and the Bucs. Down 24-17. 2:11 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Brady's throw complete to Otten.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Back to throw, Brady, and it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
First down now with that clock rolling. Brady to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And this is going to be incomplete.
But that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll go with a big bang for it. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Saints will have the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Throwing on first down is Brady. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Able to find Jones. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On the counter, here's Kamara. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure now this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And this will be caught downfield by Gage. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well. They have to break at least 1 tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. 1 final try now for Brady. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Saints, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.